At least Trent's free kick was good. Well, I think what I'll do for this reaction is pose the same question to you that the ITV commentator posed to Lee Dixon at the end of that match, which is what can Lee Carsley take away from today's performance? Well, number one, Finland are crap. We already knew that. Number two, England can't keep a clean sheet. We already knew that. Three, Trent's our best player at the moment. But we already knew that. Four, all of our so-called creative players, Palmer, Foden, Bellingham, etc., don't know how to turn up for the national team. Well, we already knew that. And if we play like that against better opposition, such as, say, Greece in a month's time, we probably won't win. Well, we already knew that. So, what can we take away from today's game other than that was just utter drivel? And to be honest, thank goodness Finland actually scored, because there was a moment there where we were winning 3-0 and Lee Dixon even said that was going to be a good result. That would have been a good result. Hell, I'm a Man United fan. We beat Barnsley 7-0 a month ago. Was that a good result? Or was that because we were playing Barnsley? Where did that 7-0 help us against Crystal Palace, against Tottenham, against Aston Villa, against FC Twente, against FC Porto? It didn't. Where does today's 3-1 result against Finland help us against Greece next month? Where does that 3-1 result against Finland help us when we play against the good teams in the World Cup qualifiers, and when we get to the World Cup, should we get to the World Cup, or heaven forbid we have to play a Nations League playoff against one of the sides that could be coming down that are better than the likes of Finland, Ireland, and probably even Greece as well? Because I tell you, performances like the ones I saw tonight, they ain't going to help us much at all. I'd say the only positive from tonight's game was the left-hand side. I thought Trent, Gomez, Grealish, sort of as a three on that side of the pitch, I thought they played pretty damn well. I thought Gomez was receiving the ball pretty well. I think when Trent got on the ball in midfield, he did pretty well. And I thought Grealish was our most dangerous player for the vast majority of the match. Until arguably Madueke came on. I thought Madueke looked a little bit dangerous as well once he came off the bench for Palmer, who did absolutely nothing for the 70 minutes he was on the pitch. Like, the man literally scored 4 goals last week against a Premier League side. But when he comes up against a Finnish defence that really didn't offer much resistance whatsoever, he did absolutely nothing bar one scuffed shot at the goalkeeper. I mean, to be honest, I ain't got anything else to say. I really haven't. That was a very, very long hour and a half of football. It dragged on. England looked very devoid of any sort of creative spark. Like I said, we've got the likes of Palmer and Bellingham on the pitch. Bellingham again took far too many touches. Kane again didn't look fit. Why we keep playing an unfit Harry Kane, I don't really know. But then when he came off and Watkins came on, Watkins didn't really do a lot. Okay, he got the assist for Declan Rice, but he didn't really stretch the defence more than that one occasion. The defence still looked a little bit dodgy at times. We still got hit on counter-attacks. Finland could have scored more than the one goal they scored. So, I don't know. I think right now we just need a little bit of direction. Hopefully the side and the ability that we have in the side will be enough to get us the result in Athens when we next play. And then assuming we do win that by the significant enough margin, we then go and beat Ireland at Wembley to make sure we guarantee ourselves that spot in the Nations League, League A next year. But honestly, if we play the way we did tonight, I can see us being in that playoff. I really can. Because if we play like that, we certainly won't be winning in Athens. And to be honest, we wouldn't deserve to get back into League A playing that boring style of football. Like, I really thought with the lineup we had tonight, we'd be a little bit more expressive. But it was just tame. It was just passing around, boring. Very, very tough to watch. And I guess the most disappointing thing for me is that, you know, with the amount of quality players available to England at the moment, you'd think every single player on that pitch would be busting a gut every single second of it to try and get themselves a permanent spot in the side. And obviously the counter-argument is, oh, it's just the Nations League. We don't really care about the Nations League. But you should care about your spot in the side, surely. That's why I was impressed with Gomez. That's why I was impressed with Grealish, because those two haven't been starting games for England, and those two tonight played as if they want to play for England the next time England play. Whereas I don't think anyone else, obviously Trent as well, I don't really think anyone else did enough for me to sit here today and say, well, they deserve a spot the next time England play. I don't think any of them do. I don't think Kane does. I don't think Bellingham does. Certainly don't think Palmer does. I don't think Rice does. And the back line just sort of did okay, did its job, but they still conceded from a corner. So, answers on a postcard, please. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. I'm just going to leave it there. I've got nothing else to say. Boring performance. Finland could have scored more. Arguably, we could have scored more. But it is what it is. A win's a win. 3-1. 3-0 would have looked better. But I think 3-1 on the balance of the game is just about right. So, 3 more points for England. Next game, of course, going to Athens. We'll see if Ireland get a result for us tonight. But I really don't see that happening. So, I think we're going to have to win in Athens. And I think we're going to have to produce a better performance than what we saw tonight. And certainly what we saw against Greece at Wembley. If we are going to get the result we need. So, we'll see. Drop a like if you've enjoyed this mini sort of whinge, really. It's hardly a rant. It's just a sort of reaction. So, thank you very much for watching. Leave your thoughts down in the comment section below. I'll see you tomorrow morning for the final round of Nations League reactions.